how to create 5, 6, and 7 figures in the real estate game. Paul's a personal development authority with over 30 years, has paid millions of dollars, not in real estate, in multiple industries. And anything you want to say, he's a network marketing leader. He has his own publishing company. So he's one of the top guys there. So I want to turn it over to Paul Finck here to let him take it away at the High Performance Success Summit.
Thank you so much, Jason. Awesome, guys. We are we've got a great group of people here, real excited, looking at some of the participants. There are some of you that know who I am and some of you that do not. And so I'm definitely going to let you know a little bit more about who I am and what I do, and also talk to the people that are here and give you some great, powerful information. Could not agree with what Jason's talking about more on before I move on to the rest of the story. Man, running events, both virtual and live, it's the name of the game. And if you're a coach, a speaker, a trainer, you want to get a message out, you've got to participate in all that's going on and learn how to do it. I've done over 250 boot camps. So 3-day boot camps is one of my niches and one of my specialties that I've done for years and years and years now. Been coaching and speaking at this level for about 15 years. And so you want to know anything about how to make all that happen, how to be a speaker, coach, trainer, how to run these events, absolutely lean on us. Reach out and talk to me. You have any additional information on that. It is a powerful, powerful tool to know. So absolutely, there's so many things. I've been listening in as everyone's been speaking here, so have some things I want to add to the conversations and dive right in. What I want to talk to you about is the bigger picture. And what I mean by that is all too often in the real estate game, which I've been in the real estate investment game now for 20 years, can't believe it's been that long. And so 20 years in real estate investing, 35 years as an entrepreneur, 15 years as a speaker, trainer, coach. And with all of that, what I can tell you is that I see people zero in, and even on this platform, we'll see people talk to you about specific niches, specific components that you need to bring into your business and apply. And those really work. So you take that information and you look to apply it. Take another bit of information and you look to apply it. One of the biggest challenges, though, is as an entrepreneur and as a small business owner, and almost anybody who's doing real estate investing, you are a small business owner by definition. Anyone who's doing that, well, you've got all this information, only there's no one or very few people that are really guiding you as to how to put it all together, how to really make it work, how to make it work so that you can actually create abundance in your life, both financially as well as joy and happiness, and really live life to its fullest so that you're reaching your fullest potential. And that's been my goal. And one of my purposes is to really help people understand what their fullest potential is and then step into that power. It's something that I've been on that journey over the last 35 years and didn't realize that I was playing small, didn't realize that I hadn't been stepping up, didn't realize that what I thought was my ceiling was really should have been my floor. That I kept going year after year, producing a moderate amount of results rather than abundance. What makes the difference? What makes that shift? Part of what I'm going to talk about today, and what I want you to get is that it's really understanding strategically how you're putting all these pieces together, how they all work together to create your life. I equate it like this. Imagine you're looking to put together the greatest souped up race car there is. And you're looking to build it. And so you go on Amazon and you buy all the parts from 100 different places because you're one part specializes in this, another company specializes in that. You're going to get that special part from another company, and you get all these boxes delivered to you. And now they're all in your garage, and you're looking around like, all right, now I've got it all. You even got the manual that's going to teach you how to put it all together. The challenge is that because they all came from different places, they may not all fit together just right. And even if you put it all together and you're able to put it all together just right in your garage, how confident are you that you're going to be able to take that race car, put it on the track, and drive 200, 250 miles an hour right away? That's the challenge. And that's what I see holds most people back from really creating the magnitude, is that they don't have the wherewithal to buy all the right parts, or they finally get it all together. They don't know how to put it together. They have all the parts, but they don't know how to put them together effectively. And in the last pieces, they don't have the confidence to be able to drive that vehicle, your business, your life, to its fullest potential. Because there's no one by their side saying, yes, this is how it's done. Everything looks great. Let's go. That's one of the roles that I've been playing for people now for the last 15 years. And I'll talk about where that shows up and what that means, and also some of the key components that we focus in on that really make the difference. That takes your ability to grab all these skill sets and all these tools that you have and really drive them 200, 250 miles an hour on the roadway, so that you can reach your fullest potential, so you can actually create that life that you really want. And for those of you that know me, and for those of you that get to know me, this isn't hype, although I get really excited. This isn't just yah. I've lived the life. I walk my talk. I do what I say. And let me show you the rest of the story. I'm going to go over to my PowerPoint presentation, and I will be taking some Q&A at the end. So I'm going to go through this quickly, get to some Q&A so that we can talk a little bit. And at the end of this presentation, what I will tell you is we will definitely, I've really shifted up. We've had some great abundance, and which has given me ability to give away just more and more and more over this year. And so you're going to get some great gifts. I'm going to give some time of mine away at the end of this presentation. So absolutely stay tuned. You're going to want to grab hold so that we can talk further, so that this is only the beginning of the conversation, not the end. This is where it starts. I say often, and you'll hear me say it again and again, this is only the beginning. Let's get going. So I'm going to talk about the 5 Maverick musts. Yes, I am Paul Finck, the Maverick Millionaire. Welcome to the Maverick universe on how to create your perfect future, your future. I am the Maverick. This is the guiding light, the mission statement for the Maverick universe. And it says, to be the guiding light for entrepreneurs with unfulfilled potential, which is every one of you, and me as well, whom are ready to live live life with conviction, courage, confidence, and unstoppable resolve. This is really key. And I'm going to talk about what that really means. But that concept of conviction, courage, and confidence with unstoppable resolve to get where you want to go. Ready to step up to discover what lies way beyond your comfort zone. All too many people, they live their whole life within this comfort zone, within the zone of mediocrity, within the zone of just good enough. And I want to show you what's on the other side. In addition to that, I just want to talk about the Maverick Universe purpose. And that is to share with entrepreneurs and small business owners, which is all of you, how to strategically monetize your passions So whether it's in real estate or anything else, and we've got a great diversity within the Maverick universe, monetize your passion, double your income, and psychologically move you past your fears and blocks to create the life of your dreams. And like I said, this isn't just yah, it's what we do. Because my belief is that life is too short, that we all deserve to have that life that we always imagined inside, never quite manifested in reality. Now it's time. I'm going to introduce to you a few technologies, if you will. Understanding philosophies that we've created within the Maverick universe that really help people grab hold and understand how to engage with life. One of which is the 3-pillar success model. And the 3-pillar success model talks about your business model, internal and external. You've got to be aware of all three. And what I find is most people focus in on, all right, their business model, which is their strategy of choice or their system of choice. In real estate, it would be, okay, I'm going to do real estate and I'm going to do rehab flips. I'm going to do short sales. I'm going to do tax liens. So these would be business models, and how you approach that industry or that system, that process will really speak to what happens with your success. So there's a different model and different profit centers for, let's say, tax liens than there is for rehab flips. Very different on where you're going to end up in what period of time and how your money's going to show up. So people look to see, well, what's my business model? Then they start doing the external components of my website, my funnels, my copy, how I'm engaging with my audience, how I'm marketing, what are my closing techniques? All of these are external tools and systems and processes. Then they look at the internal. Oh, how am I engaging with my clientele? How am I communicating? And what's my belief systems on my success? How readily am I marketing? How large am I marketing? Well, what's my go-tos as far as when I'm facing a block, a fear? What's my go-to when I'm facing an obstacle in my life? All that internal chit-chat in your mind. What's interesting is I find most people they go to that business model, external, and then they focus in on, oh, well, what's happening with me? Internal. What I have found is you want real success, you want to really dial things in. Let's work on what's going on internally for you. Talk about that belief system and that internal process for you. As we do that, then we create the systems, strategies, tools around you and pick a business model that's really going to serve you. Then we will propel ourselves to success. And so sometimes we approach things counterintuitive, or in a life to succeed, you want to approach things counterintuitively, which is the Maverick way. And it's one of the things that I help my clients see is how to approach things a little bit differently. Now, the challenge is that we all want to create that success. We all want to explode. And we say, oh, I want to be a millionaire. I want this abundance. I want to be a real estate investor and really have deals galore. And yet only about 3% really will. Why is it so hard? Why is it so hard to succeed in this world? I'm going to lay out some core components, 5 major reasons why people have challenge succeeding. And these are really down to the core and the basics. Poor goal setting, poor time management, ineffective habits, weak communication, and low emotional intelligence. These are the key components across the board. In every industry, every small business, every entrepreneur, every person who's looking to succeed at any level, these are the keys. One of the things that I help all my clients do is focus in and zero in on each one of these to really move the needle with a process and system and education that really makes the difference. It developed into the Maverick 5, the factors of success: targeting, leveraging, habits, behaviors, communication, Q factors. I'm going to touch on all of this. And I wanted to introduce you to some of the Maverick technology, if you will. I only have a short period of time here to talk to you about all these things, short period of time to introduce you to some of the ideas and concepts. What I want you to do is to realize that this is only the beginning. We're going to be able to do more and more and more. Take this as hey, here is the 50,000 foot view. How can we go further and really learn what all this means and how it can apply into your life? All these models are interconnected. They all layer on top of one another to create the magnitude of change that I'm talking about. How many of you are working now and you're working 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 hours a week? You're developing a lifestyle that is, well, substandard to where you want to be. You've working and working and you've created 5 figures and you really want 6. You've created 6 figures and you want multi 6 figures. Maybe you're even into 7 figures and you wonder why you're being capped out at that level. Let's take a deeper look. Chris Phillips, one of my clients, came through the program and he had 2 different vehicles, if you will. He was a truck driver by night, real estate investor by day with his wife. And with that, the biggest challenge was, when did he sleep? He had no downtime, no ability to recharge, and he looked like he was the walking dead. He came and hung out with me and quit his job within 30 days. Now, I'm not a firm believer in telling people, oh, just quit. It's okay. It'll be fine. However, we went through a strategic plan as to how to move forward and what the next year was going to look like, and determined it was absolutely good for him to quit because he was able to grab hold of that 40, 50, 60 hours of extra time for his week to be able to devote into the rest of his life. Well, here's the rest of the story. Over the next 12 months, we created 3 rehab flips, which was plenty for him because he created over 50 grand per rehab flip. Who here would love to participate and hang out and with just a little bit of tweaking, create an extra $150,000 in your life? Who here thinks that would be okay? And I am paying attention to the chat. Go ahead and say hallelujah. Give me a high five. You appreciate this and would love another $150,000 in your life. High five would be a number 5 in the chat. Go ahead and do that. What's really fascinating is $150,000 extra for rehab flips. So we wanted to build the real estate business. Great. Guess what else? We also built another business. It was a business that he was ready to trash. You see, I work with entrepreneurs, not just real estate investors, and most of my clients have multiple streams of income, real estate as well as another business, because there's so much that you can do and so much abundance. He built another business that he was ready to trash because it was losing him money every month. And we built that up to be another 6-figure income for him over the next 6 and 12 months that he still has day in and day out, because it created passive income for him of over $100,000 a year. So the results for him in the first year of working with me was over $270,000. And this was zeroing in and focusing in on a strategic level. What do you really want? What are you doing? Let's talk about that. Quick introduction as to who I am. Some of you may not know. I've been around for a while, 35 years. It's actually over 35 years now. I've been an entrepreneur. Started in psychology, and I thought I was going to be a counselor. So I have a degree in clinical psychology. Went on and studied the human condition, neuro-linguistic programming certified, hypnotherapy certified, really understanding the matrix on what it takes to move, what it takes to communicate, to engage with other people in this universe. Direct marketing leader. I've been in direct marketing since 1987, one way or another. Also in real estate, 20 years in real estate now, done over $20 million in my own personal transactions, as well as the millions I've helped others do as along the way. Started being an international speaker and trainer about 15 years ago. Spoken in 8 different countries, 3 different continents, ran over 250 boot camps all around the world. International best-selling author 11 times. You want to be an author, you want to get your message out, you can also speak to me. I own a publishing house, and I also do a ton of collaborative books. I've got 3 more books coming out, all in the next 4 to 6 months that you want to participate in. Reach out and I can help you make that happen. Done over $30 million in informational products, and I've trained tens of thousands of people all around the United States, Canada, Europe, South Africa, South America, you name it. This is the rest of the story. My beautiful bride, Deborah, we've been together. We started dating 34 years ago, and she's the wind beneath my sails. She is the reason why I am here. You should thank her when you see her, because if it wasn't for her, I probably would be, watching movies, eating bonbons, and hanging out. She saw more in me than I ever did in and of myself, and propelled me to create the life that we now have. And we work together regularly, and passionate relationship with my wife. You can guarantee on that. Because here's the rest of the story as well. I've got 6 children, 3 sets of twins. We had 6 kids under 6 years old. This is where the story got interesting, because I got to tell you, when you have 6 children under 6 years old and you're looking at them and they're looking at you asking you, where's the food? You'd better provide it. And so I had to step up my game. This was one of my major catalysts. And it moved me. My financial makeup went completely upside down. We went from a family of 4 with 2 children, to a family of 8 in 14 months. Huge differential. And so I had to figure it out. That's when I started looking at real estate, started looking at information marketing. Number 1 and number 2 biggest wealth building strategies in the world. Real estate and information marketing. So when we talk to you about running your own events and getting your message out, that is the next level to building wealth. Real estate number 1, information marketing number 2. This is what I looked like 20 years ago. Too many bills, stuck, overwhelmed, not knowing where to go. And over the last 20 years, created myself to be the Maverick Millionaire. I want to offer you up this right off the bat before I even delve deep into the topic and into some of the core training that I have for you. I want to give you the link, because this right off the bat, you want to know how to really get a hold of your life. You've got to get clear on your time management. Time management is one of the key components that either can rob you of success or create success for you. I've got a whole series on time management I want to offer up to you completely free. So much or everything I'm going to give you today is going to be my gift to you. Who here appreciates a great gift? Give me a high five in the chat. Let me know you're still with me. You want to go to hpmaverick.com, and here's what you're going to do once you get there. You're going to be able to make an appointment to see me. You're going to be able to download Maverick Time and go through a 5-day training series of Maverick Time, which is time management and understanding the value of time. You're going to get just a ton, and I actually have some extra surprises for you later on today. So go to hpmaverick.com, get in the process, make an appointment with me. Would love to talk to you further, because there's so much more. Oh, and you're going to go right to the free consult, and we'll go back to our training now. There we go. Get it all by learning the 5 Maverick musts, and let's get into some of the core. Must number 1, You've got to learn to control your mind. You've got to learn that your mind is playing tricks on you, that you want to think that all that chit chat in your head is serving you. You want to think that all that components, that rumbling that's going on, that where it's protecting you, it's holding you safe, holding you secure. Unfortunately, our mind can be working against us. What do I mean by that? You know, we were developed, and over time, the human race was developed to survive. And how do you survive is by making sure that you're not taking undue risk. Well, when we were, cavemen, the undue risk was don't go in dark areas. That might explain why a lot of people are afraid of the dark. Don't go in a dark cave. You don't know what's there that's going to eat you. Don't go tackling a saber-toothed tiger. You may not win. You've got to be strategic. You've got to be thinking, and you've got to protect yourself. So this idea of fight or flight got deep within our cellular structure and still lives to this day. The challenge is that for most of us, we're not fighting a saber-toothed tiger. We're not walking into a dark cave where there's a bear that's going to eat us. And yet we act as if the choices that we're making are life and death anyway. And we run way too often. We run way too readily. And so understanding how to really move your emotions, move your beliefs, move your mind to be able to create a power within you that helps you run towards these things that you normally would be running away from. And that's how you stretch, that's how you move, and that's how you create more abundance, is by chopping down those and really destroying those fences that are around us, our comfort zone, if you will. See, most people understand that success is an internal game. However, we know that intellectually. However, emotionally, we always depend on external. What do I mean by that? Oh man, I'll be happy when. I'll be happy when that big deal comes in. I'll be happy when the money enters into my bank account. I'll be happy, joyous, excited when. And we're looking for external forces to create our happiness. However, here's where all the studies counter that. All the studies tell us, create happiness, be happy internal, regardless of what the external world would tell us we should be. Be happy anyway. Optimism, a smile on your face. When we create that happiness internally, it builds and creates success externally. You're like, yeah, Paul. All this that's all well and good. No. The studies prove it. And here's what I mean by that. They actually have done studies where people that are optimistic, that smile, that have that joy that they exude within them, they attract success. Your sales, for instance, when you're happy, optimistic, put a smile on your face, you will increase your sales conversions by 30 to 40%. This isn't this is proven over and over and over again over the decades. So what does that look like? It means when you put a smile on your face and you're happy and you're approaching a homeowner to sign a listing agreement or to sell you a home or to agree on a negotiation setup, you are 30 to 40% more likely to get the signature when you feel good about the outcome, when you believe you're going to have a positive result, when you believe the future is bright. 30 to 40% more of your appointments will turn into signatures. That's off the charts. Can you imagine what that'll do to your bottom line income? And yet people look at stuff like this, go, yeah, whatever, Paul. What do I do? What's my copy on my website? You want to know what really moves the needle? It's this. So now the techniques and the strategies, how do I hold on to happiness and joy regardless of what's happening in the outside world? Paul, don't you know the crazy that's happening out there? Shouldn't I be upset? I teach the techniques and strategies on how to hold on to the joy, the happiness ongoing. One of the things that I've been through this, and I've been through the struggles and the downturns and the sideways, even during the COVID challenge that I call it over this past year, the same week that we ended up all getting shut down, my wife was diagnosed with cancer. My wife was diagnosed with cancer. She had a rare pulmonary cancer that we were fortunate enough to find and to cure, although she went through 5 months of chemo and it nearly killed her 3 different times. It's been a tough year. People look at me and they still see a smile on my face. And all during this process, I continue to lead our community, lead my mastermind, and I've got an international group of entrepreneurs that I lead. And I've been there every step of the way for them with a big smile on my face, knowing this equation, that the joy, happiness starts from within, and when it does, the external manifests to everything you want. Number 2, Mavericks must learn how to decide what you want. This is really key. This is really key because most people have no clue what they want. So when I tell them, what do you want? And I'll give you whatever you say next. And then they start saying, I don't know. I don't know what I want. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I want to be in 3 years, 5 years. They've lost sight of the target, and you can never hit a target you cannot see. You've got to be able to see it, either internally or externally. You've got to be able to see it, visualize it, imagine it, believe it. When you know your target, when you're precise, specific, absolute, that clarity of vision creates a momentum that enables you to hit your target. So in the real estate game, do you know exactly what you're going for? How many deals in real estate you want to close this year? How many deals in real estate you want to close in the next month? How much money you want to bring in? How many doors you want to own? Whatever your strategy of choice, whatever your technique, do you know the particulars about what you are looking to achieve? Laying that out in detail is key for your success. If you have not created your goals for 2021, absolutely find me. Let's spend some time together. Go to hpmaverick.com, for instance, and we can actually go through and get really clear where you're going. Then you have a chance. Before then, you're just shooting in the dark. Your actions, your behavior will end up being haphazard. You'll end up getting lost and off track multiple times during the year. And some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. You'll lose vision and won't be able to see that target after a while, let alone hit it. Number 3, you gotta, once you know what you want, then it's about being committed to it. This is the tough part. This is where the rubber meets the road, where we separate the men from the boys, the ladies from the girls. It really makes a difference. What's your commitment level? So if you've got goals written down, so how many of you have goals written down? Give me a G in the chat telling me you've got your goals written down. G written, goals written down. All of you now, you've all heard you should write down your goals, and yet most people don't. There's a whole nother training I'll talk about as to why people don't write down their goals and the magnitude of reasons you should. We all say write down your goals because it works. It's one of the first steps. And there's a whole lot of psychological, internal reasons, external reasons why it works. Only trust me, you want to write down your goals. Next step is next to every goal. And here's what I want you to do for those of you that have written, you don't have it written, write down your goals and then do this. On every single goal, I want you to write down a number from 1 to 10. What's your commitment level to achieving that goal? So for your goals, visualize what's your number one goal for your year, for instance. The number one thing you want to accomplish in 2021. And then I want you to share with me, what is your commitment level to make it happen? Is it a 6, 7? It would be nice. Is it an 8 or 9? Absolutely, I'm going for it. Or is it a 10? What's your commitment level to make that goal happen? Share with me from 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, what your commitment level that you will absolutely achieve the goal. Go ahead and do that now. Maria, thank you so much. I see a 10 in there, a couple other people. Awesome. The concept, and some people, if you share with attendees and panelists, you'll see that more people will see it other than just me. A 10 is where it's at. And here's the difference. You put down a 6, 7, 8, even a 9, you will not achieve your goals, or the statistics of you being able to achieve them is way low. The difference, because when you're playing at a level 10, your emotional strength, your emotional integrity, the habits and behaviors that you utilize every single day to make it happen, you will stay the course. You will keep on keeping on because your commitment level is so high that any block, any fear, you'll move past, versus one block, one fear, one little molehill sitting in the road, one little pebble getting in your way, and you're out. That's the difference between a 9 and a 10. A pebble can throw you off course. Someone who's committed at a 10 will never get thrown off course. They'll just keep going. This guy is the ultimate commitment. He will hit the ground no matter what. There's nothing that's going to stop him. He is highly committed. Whatever it takes, he's hitting the ground. Now, he may hit hard or soft. Well, that's to be determined, but we know he's all in. Are you all in? Are you where you need to be? Number 4. What does unstoppable look like? What does it feel like? So you've set a goal. You've decided that you've got a commitment of a 10. You're now on path, on task to make it happen. Will you stay the course, or will things distract you? The shiny ball here and there. Will the roadblocks get in your way? It's not about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit. Those roadblocks, those obstacles, those things that punch back. It's how hard you can get hit and keep on moving forward. It's really key. There's a equation that I teach. It's the Q factors. You saw it in the key factors of success, the Maverick 5. The Q factors, one of the Q factors has everything to do with adversity and your ability to face adversity and keep on moving forward. One of the things I've taught on and I help people through is how to stay the course, how to make sure that your mental strength is at a level that you can manage what's going to happen. I got to tell you, as an entrepreneur, shit's going to happen. As an entrepreneur, you're going to get beat up. And when you've got the positive mental attitude, when you see optimism, when you understand and you have the skill sets, the tools and systems and strategies, and the clarity of focus of where you're going, those things don't matter. You'll still create success. That's the difference. And remember, every champion was once a contender who refused to give up. This is one of our champions. This is Doug McGurk. He came through the program just a little bit ago and had some words about how I work and operate and what we do together. So take a listen to him.
My name is Doug McGurk. I am from Lake Worth, Delray Beach area, Florida, Southern Florida, and I am originally from New York. Well, first of all, Paul is clearly a talent and phenomenal trainer, teacher. One of the things I really appreciated about him is his transparency, his ability to.
Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. I'm going to start that one over.
My name is Doug McGurk. I am from Lake Worth, Delray Beach area, Florida, Southern Florida, and I am originally from New York. Well, first of all, Paul is clearly a talent and phenomenal trainer, teacher. One of the things I really appreciated about him is his transparency, his ability to unpack the hot dog, as it were, and be honest about it. And that is refreshing in this world. I've been in the personal development world for over 2 decades, and I've been with the best of the best. And he is certainly one of the best, and I'm privileged to be part of it. The benefit of the summit so far, besides the phenomenal training and so forth, is the group environment, the camaraderie, the genius. One of the things I've always said is I'm not smarter than all of us. Not one of us is smarter than all of us. And what's wonderful is the group experience and environment that he's created is priceless. And then, of course, you add all of the dynamics of everyone putting that in. Paul's doing a great job, of course, leading it, and it creates an environment that is very difficult to duplicate without having that space for it. I love magicians, and there's sometimes parts of me that go, I wish I didn't know. I've learned how to do magic, and I wish I didn't know sometimes how the tricks were done. And the cool thing about working with Paul is that there's the magic that he creates, and it's the ability to have that conversation afterwards about the magic and have the conversation in a way that doesn't lose the joy, the experience of the magic. So for me, one of the best things I got out of it was that opportunity to have that conversation and his willingness to share, because very few people will share how you make a hot dog.
One of the things that he brings to the table is, yes, I'm an open book. For all of you that are here, you have any questions whatsoever, and as we get to the Q&A at the end of the hour, understand that I'm an open book. You can ask me anything, and I'll train on it, and then I'll pull back the curtain and teach you some of the backstory, really the deep dive as to what it looks like, and we unpack the hot dog, if you will, so that you really get that this is real and that there are components that you're doing that we could tweak and shift, and it would take such a short period of time, and you'd be able to move the needle towards your dream life almost overnight. And I say that both from a point of view of having been a coach for all this time, as well as the idea that, well, it happened with me. And the journey that I've been on that shifted almost overnight from the ceiling of being at a multi 5 and 6 figure income over and over and over again, year after year after year, to exploding into this whole other universe. and how that can happen. And most people don't know what they don't know. They don't realize it can happen for them. They don't realize that you can actually change your whole world in a very short period of time to have what you think is, well, the impossible, and really make it possible. Number 5 is execute an action plan. And execute an action plan, it comes into a lot of different components at this level. You know, once you know what you want, you've gotten your emotional intelligence up to speed, you're persevering, you've able to face adversity. You've created your target, you know what your model, your business model is, and you're following a specific pathway. You're not veering off course. You have specific habits and behaviors now that you've got to consistently, persistently put into place. You're learning how to leverage time, money, and people so that you can really create a scalable business, both on your own personal and business life balance, as well as in your financial makeup, in your engagement with others, and building your team. All these are major components within your success formula, if you will. Those are the keys when we talk about executing. It's not just about having a plan. It's about all the day-to-day structures and systems that go into place. I've got a layout of those systems, and we talk about them on a regular basis, and I train on them because, and I say on a regular basis, the whole concept that you're going to get a download of the best. Here's what you do. There's a step-by-step formula. Apply it today, and tomorrow you're a multi-millionaire. Anyone that tells you that's going to happen, they're usually full of you know what. Because the reality is it's an ongoing process. The reality is there's a game here that doesn't stop with one thing. That's an ongoing growth process. You want to get real about that growth process. What I do is I lock arms with you and we keep moving forward. I lock arms with you so that we can actually create a magnitude of future. I've got clients that have been with me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, 6 years. My longest standing client been with me for 11 years straight, locking arms with me and building. Well, 11 years straight, why the heck would they stay that long? What are we doing together? Everything that I do is customizable, and I keep moving the needle for them so that over the last 10 years, they've become a multi-millionaire, over $10 million, about to jump up to over 20 million. Who here thinks that if you locked arms with me and you spent the next 5, 10 years with me and I was able to help you become a multi-millionaire, that would be time well spent? Give me a high five in the chat. Go ahead and do that now. Talk about that. This is the rest of the story. It's who you hang out with, what you're doing, spending time. I decided to start hanging out with top-notch people, start speaking and training all around the country and around the world. I first got educated. I got educated by some of the top people in the industry. Here's just a few of the names, both in real estate and personal development and business development. And what's interesting is I saw them up on stage. I saw them in their trainings, and I just knew. I said, if only I could spend a couple moments with them. If only I could get by their side and actually spend some time, I knew I could create more. I knew I could have the life that I was watching them have. And that's what I was looking for. And well, what happened was I did, and I invested in myself. I invested in their programs. I ended up sharing the stage, not only getting time with them, but then start sharing the stage with them. All these people I've shared the stage with and really have jumped the fence. And in a short period of time, I went from being a student in the room to not only sharing the stage with them, but many of these people became my clients, my customers. I built a speaker support business where they were running to me and looking for me to help them grow their business, grow their events, grow the repackage, reformulate their programs, their design of their layout, their sales. Realize I've been in sales and marketing and straight commission sales and building business for 35 years now. I came in with a little bit of knowledge base, and it was once I got clear that I had an asset, that I had value, that I was able to capitalize on it and really share it with them and build a whole business structure around it. Here's some of the people. If you recognize any of these people, go ahead and put it in the chat. Some of the people that I've been able to hang out with, both on a real estate game, personal development game, just some players in the marketplace, people Hollywood, all of the funds, and all these people. They're people that I not only have shared the stage with, many of them have been my clients. I've got their cell phone in my Rolodex, and able to, their cell number in my Rolodex, and able to communicate with them freely and regularly. Gotten to meet some great people along the way. Here's one of them. Who here knows who this is? Sir Richard Branson. That's right, Sir Richard Branson. He's the owner of Virgin Records, Virgin Airlines, Virgin Galactica, you name it, everything Virgin brand. And he even owns an island in the Virgin Isles, just by coincidence. And he owns an island. This is the island that he owns. It's Necker Island. It's in the Virgin Isles, and it's his summer home, basically. And this isn't just a photo shoot. I actually got a chance to hang out with him and live on the island with him. This is the main house, and there's a few other bungalows. There's about 7 bungalows on the island as well that you can go and stay at. And this is all with usually invite only, very high ticket price to be able to be there. This is one of the top resorts in the world called Necker Island. I got a chance to be there to hang out with Richard Branson. We got to party with him, eat dinner, hang out. There was probably a small group of millionaires, and then Richard Branson is a billionaire. There's my wife, like, doing the conga line with Richard Branson and having a great time. And with all the millionaires and billionaires, I wasn't sure I was getting her back. Richard Branson really liked her, and we had a great time. And I tease about this, only it was so great. And so many people miss the opportunities and don't value opportunities like this to get with people that have already created that success. They're like, oh, what's the big deal? They've done what you want to do. So getting around them and learning how they tick, what they do. Look at Richard Branson's face right now. He's got over 400 companies. Most of us have a hard time with one. He's got over 400 companies. And does he look stressed? Does he look overwhelmed? Just not knowing which end is up because he's running around with a chicken without a head. And we were like, that's because he's so rich. He's got people to do it for him. What I've learned is that we start that way, that Richard Branson started this way, that he looked like this when he first began. He didn't become this. Because when you think like a millionaire, or in his case, a billionaire, then the money comes. It's not the other way around. Begin to act, think, behave, engage with the world as if, and watch what happens. One of the greatest lessons I learned from Richard Branson is to watch how he engages with his team, how he engages with the world, because he's been doing that for a long time. And it's one of the real testaments to why he's a billionaire, how he got that way. You want to get it all. You've got to learn these techniques and strategies, how to control your mind, deciding what you do. These are processes. How to fully commit, become unstoppable, and execute at a high level with an action plan. When we look at this, we bring in the models, and the Maverick 5 factors to success is really key. And I bring people through that process step by step on what it means to be target design and leveraging time, money, and people. What are the techniques and strategies for effective communication? What are your Q factors and your quotients of your personality that really make a difference? And how do you move, increase your effectiveness in each one? And of course, your daily habits and behaviors and how that impacts where you end up. Who here would love to learn more and more about these techniques and strategies? Give me a high five in the chat. Love to learn more about the Maverick 5. Go ahead. I got to tell you, it's not only helped me in business world and build abundance, it's helped me in my personal world as well. My wife and my children are just simply amazing. And one of the things that we do, we travel all over the place. At least we used to, and we're getting back to it now. And I've been able to bring my children and my family and experience the world. Here we are in Palermo, Sicily. That was just a couple of years ago. In Ireland, Dominican Republic. And as some of you might know, I work hard and I play hard. Absolutely. And creating that balance, that abundance, and that joy in our life, that there you want all of it. How do you get it all? I am a firm believer. So many people, and I hear people out, oh, no. That's just a pipe dream. You couldn't possibly. I've got a passionate relationship with my wife. I've got 6 amazing children that are now 19, 20, and 25, 2 of each, that all are contributing members of society, all have a great head on their shoulders, all comfortable in their own skin, know where they're going. And I also have multiple businesses that have created just abundance of success, that has left me with a lifestyle of joy and happiness. This is what you absolutely can get. And we've done that for our clients over and over again. So kind of getting to that point, easy for you to say, but what about me? We've already talked about Chris Phillips. He grew his business over 40% in the first 90 days alone. This is Walter. Walter's a realtor, also a real estate investor, and he went from $300,000 a year, which is nothing to sneeze at. Great success. He wanted more. He came into the fold, and we created $300,000 in 1 month. We work with people from just getting started all the way to multi millionaires and everything in between. I think our largest client to date is $250 million in assets and 5 different companies. And so whatever you're doing, whether you're just getting started, you don't even know what strategy of choice in real estate, you don't know what your major focus is, you don't know what your targets are, come hang out, come spend a little time. Or you've already in pathway, you're already moving forward and you want to figure out how to really move the needle. You've been hitting the ceiling year after year after year, and you want to know how to run past it so you can really create more financially and personally. How to get more time in your life, for instance. I really got lit on fire. This is Leslie. She has been in our mastermind, and she got involved. And she was in Airbnb and kind of got stuck. And this was all during this last year during COVID. And she came and we talked and we spent a little time together. She got herself on fire. We talked about specific strategies on what she could be doing to move her Airbnb business. And within, I think this was within like 48 hours, she got three bookings. She says 3 bookings today, which meant the next day it all happened. Paul Brown says, I would absolutely walk over broken glass or crawl over broken glass to train with Paul Finck. Yeah, he's crazy. We all know. And the reason why I said it is that I helped him go from $30,000 to $175,000 we talked about a year, but really it was about 9 months that we did that shift with him. And it was strategically going through his properties and how to design it so that he could create more, and then how to expand his portfolio. Almost overnight, 30 to 175,000. Ken and Barbara Tomeko. Now, Ken and Barbara Tomeko are my longest standing clients now. To date, 11 years and going. I'm actually seeing them in just a couple weeks. They quit their job. They found me, they quit their job, and that was their dream, is to how do we create a magnitude of retirement for ourselves? Well, that quickly shifted as they started talking to me, clarity in what they wanted, that we were able to move the needle and help them figure out that they wanted a legacy for their children. Their 3 adult children plus significant others all came into the fold, into the company, to develop and build this, so that Ken and Barbara were able to build a legacy company that'll sustain all their children and even their grandchildren forevermore, because over the last 10 years, we've consistently doubled their goals almost every year, doubled their income. They came into the fold they were on track to do about 10 rehab flips a year. And for anyone that's in real estate, 10 rehab flips, they're making about $20,000 a flip. So that's some good money, $200,000, $250,000 a year. They were pretty satisfied for their own retirement. It's not enough to support multitude of families, just one. So they need to step up their game. They need to change it. We started talking and we went from 10 rehab flips to 24 rehab flips in the first year of working with me. This is really key. And since then, over the last 10 years, we've created over 10 million, and they're about to jump into $20 million status between their net wealth and then their passive and active incomes. $20 million status, all because of the work that we've done together in building up multiple different platforms of streams of income and different ways to invest in real estate. And we've gone through the matrix of what's possible and just done a tremendous job in building up their future. Don't have time to make that happen. That's why I teach you time management. Absolutely. And so here's what I want you to get. I want you to know that hpmaverick.com is available to you. You go there, you're going to be able to make an appointment with me right away. And here's the biggest gift I can give you. Keeps going over there. Here's the biggest gift I can give you is you're going to get a consult with me. And what I've done over the last several years is I've built up enough of a platform and enough of a abundance and multiple streams of income that I'm here for you. And I'm here to give back and to really help you get to the next level. So you're not sure where you're going. You want to expand in your business. You want to expand in multiple streams of income. Maybe it's something outside of real estate as well as real estate investing. Come to hpmaverick.com. Let's book an appointment. It's a completely free consult with me. There's no obligation, and we're able to really get clear. In addition, you're also going to get the Maverick Time training. That's all for free for you as well. And please do what most people won't do. This is the best. If you hear nothing today or tomorrow from any of the trainers, or including me, and you just pay attention to this will be worth all the price of admission. Focus on doing what most people won't do for 5 years. And you'll get to do what most people never get a chance to do for the rest of your life. I remember when I entered into my 6th year, I was up on stage, I was teaching this exact lesson, and I remember reaching year 6. Year 6, and I started doing the happy dance. I was so excited because I recognized that I had done exactly what I trained on. I walked my talk, and I And I realized that I will never, ever again be struggling. I will never, ever again be behind the 8 ball, never, ever again wonder what my future is going to be, because I've been able to solidify it, been able to make sure that no matter what happens to the world, no matter what happens to me, whatever, that I know myself, my family will be protected, taken care of for the rest of whatever that looks like. Pay attention. Do what most people won't do. Come hang out. Spend the time. Let's get together and get real with where you're going and what you're doing. This is my wife and I just jumping for joy. We're actually in the Indian Ocean right now in South Africa. That's where this picture is. I've been an entrepreneur for 35 years, owned multiple different distribution companies, real estate 18, actually a little over 19 years now. Over $20 million in real estate transactions, spoken 14, 15 years, 250 boot camps, sales teams, co-authored books with over 400 authors, 11-time best-selling author, sold over $30 million in informational products. Oh, let's talk. You don't know what your life is. You don't know what your future looks like. You really don't know where you're going. Go to hpmaverick.com. I want to offer you up something that I don't usually offer. I want to give you some free coaching. This is entirely free. I've had tons of abundance, another growth in our company over this last year. With everything going on, people are needing our services and our advice more than ever to really understand where to get in their world, in their business, and how to keep growing their business and connecting with everything changing out there in the world. And so I want to give you a huge gift. We've got Maverick Connection, which is one of our coaching calls. And we're doing this multiple times a month where you are going to get this completely for free. There are other components in our coaching program that you're also going to get. I'm not going to bother listing them all out. Just know I am offering you up free coaching. I'm going to give this to you when you make your appointment. You're going to get access to Maverick Connection, and it's several months of free coaching. Absolutely. Grab hold. It is live coaching. It's with me directly. I will be there guiding you every step of the way. You're going to be getting on the phone with me right away for a one-on-one, and then we'll be doing some group calls, completely live, completely interactive Zoom calls. This is the powerhouse, and it's my gift to all of you. Absolutely. Come, hang out, spend some time. Do you want to double your income? Do you want a real explosion in your bottom line? Do you want to overcome the barriers? Really take the leap of faith? Do you want to clearly see your vision and know for once and for all that you will achieve it, whatever you visualize? Come hang out. Come spend some time. Go to hpmaverick.com. Join us. It would be my pleasure, my thrill to have you there. Make sure to remind me as we talk where you met me. That would be awesome. And looking forward to it. hpmaverick.com. I want to open up to Q&A now and open up the chat. You have any questions, comments about where to go or what to do in your world? One of the things that I work with a ton of my clients on is the understanding of sales, negotiations, process, how to engage with your prospects in real estate, how to engage with your prospects in whether you're, no matter what component you are. I was a realtor, I was a mortgage broker as well in the real estate game. After I became an investor, just to see and to participate in all that was going on in the industry. And now I continue to coach all sides of the coin of real estate investing. I also teach speakers, coaches, trainers, accountants, financial planners, doctors, lawyers, contractors, you name it, and across the board, all the different trades and the professions. because my bottom line, my purpose is to help you reach your fullest potential, whatever that looks like. Whatever your passion is, you can create more. If you've got any questions about how to make that happen or the next steps, absolutely, let's talk now. Otherwise, go there and let's make an appointment. And one of the things that we're going to do is get real clear with what you want. What's your goals? And then I will absolutely lay out a strategic plan to how you can get your goals. I will spend some time. Usually those consults are about an hour long. So recognize this isn't just something quick and fast. It's also not designed to be a sales call. We're not like selling you anything. You want to participate in other things that we offer, great. Otherwise, it is here truly to help you achieve everything that you want. Come hang out, come spend time. This is Paul Finck, the Maverick Millionaire, and just an absolute pleasure for being here. And thank you so much, Jason. It's all yours. This has been a pleasure. I love the people that are here, and whatever I can do for you guys, reach out.
Thank you so much, Paul. Paul Finck, Maverick Millionaire. You want to reach out, make an appointment with Paul. He's great. He's a great coach. You definitely want to connect with Paul Finck, the Maverick Millionaire. I've known him for over 10 years. So he's fantastic. And so we want to connect with Paul. So Paul has put his information in the chat. So you'll be available. So I just want to thank Paul again for taking the time out and doing a great job as usual with his presentation, giving great value. And thank you again, Paul.
Thank you, Jason. Take care, guys. I'll see you on the calls and on the free coaching. Talk to you soon.
Okay, great.